My name's Trent. I'm a chemist. This is my brother Troy, icky biologist. And we are the Bourbon Brother Whiskey Nerds. Welcome back, watchers of the Bourbon Brother Whiskey Nerds channel. If you've been following along, if you haven't been, what the heck's wrong with you? You got to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, tell your friends, neighbors, relatives, people you've just met on the street randomly, your ex-boyfriend's gardener's nephew's sister twice removed, all the humans about the Bourbon Brother Whiskey Nerds, especially the ongoing Bourbon Brother Budget Bottled and Bond Bourbon Bracket Wide. Baby!
Oh my.
Very exciting today. The last of the four first round matchup features the 2 seed Early Times Bottled and Bond. If you've been following along, you know that we took 8 bottled and bond budget bourbons, the most expensive of which might be $24, $25 MSRP. Early Times is only sold in these liters for something like $25. You get to multiply that by 3/4 in terms of a price for a $7.50. So a really, really good deal. Early Times, the label, I think we talked about this before, sold from Brown-Forman
to
Sazerac, which is a Buffalo Trace.
And interesting little side note here, because it's a bottled and bond, Sazerac bought it and had to use Brown-Forman's juice to make it. And now we are just starting to see Sazerac juice Early Times come into the market.
And you will be able to tell by reading the back of the bottle. They'll tell you. Now, this is Brown-Forman Early Times, just so everybody knows. Okay, comes in at 79% corn, 11% rye, 10% malted barley. So a pretty standard, pretty low rye, not uber low rye like a Tennessee whiskey or a Buffalo Trace product, but a pretty low rye mash bill. Early Time, number 2 seed. It's fairly well liked around the whiskey tube community.
In the number 7 seed, we have Old Bardstown Bottled and Bond. This is a Willet product.
Maybe only available at the Willet Distillery.
I think, from what I understand, this is pretty tough to come by anywhere outside the distillery, which is where we bought it.
Right.
So.
Those of you Heaven Hill fans who go to the Heaven Hill Distillery, we cannot say we are huge Heaven Hill fans, but we have been a couple of times to the Heaven Hill Distillery.
The Heaven Hill Distillery is gorgeous.
And apparently it is the largest running distillery of anything on the planet that
pretty
you
incredible.
can tour.
Yeah.
That you can actually go on a tour.
Incredible.
I've heard people who I have respect for say that it's the best tour they've ever been on. So we have not gone on the tour. We probably should put that on the to-do list.
We need to do that.
If it's really that good a tour. But those of you who like Heaven Hill should go the half a mile tops down the street, take a left, go down the hill, up the hill, turn left into the Willet Distillery and get yourself some
Say
Old
hi to the Orange Kitty Cat. He lives
for
there.
$25.
Yep.
I don't know that we've tapped into this since we tasted it.
No, we cracked it, I think, on our way back from Kentucky.
And it is just a really interesting bourbon.
It is unique.
And I don't know what's going to come of this.
I don't know what
this is. Totally
This is the dark horse.
The Ivy League champion school.
It would be like
won its way
Stanford.
into the Elite Eight, and you don't know how it's going to perform.
What is the mash bill on it? I think it's like 75, 13, 15.
I think
something
for
like that.
something that tastes so interesting, it's got a very.
It has a little bit more malted barley than rye in it, which is
so
a bit
maybe
unique.
It's a malty note that we're.
It could be.
We'll figure it out.
We're going to dive into it.
We'll figure it out. Once again, we had Troy's wife, one of the Bourbon's sister.
Yep.
One of the Bourbon sisters, pour our blind. So we have the same thing on our left and our right. I'm going to go from my left to my right.
I am as well. Cheers. Okay, this
smells phenomenal. Oh my God, malty.
It's just the sweet notes,
flavor.
The brown sugar, the caramelized sugars.
Oh my God, it's so nice.
Overpowering. Not in a bad way.
Balanced by a really nice
distinctive oak presence. I was just
really nice oak presence here. Boy,
this reads really sweet.
It smells like really unicorn tears. It's so good.
Boy, that sweetness with that oak presence is
just
really well done.
All right, I can't wait to taste
it. It's inviting. I want to taste it. Oh, yeah. As we have said on the channel before, when aliens land on Earth and say we wish to try bourbon Earthling, depending on what this is what you pour them. First of all, record it, and then give them whatever this is.
Well, and again, if this happened to you, first of all, you're going to be a little scared. You don't want the aliens to melt you with their alien vision, right? You don't want them to take over your mind with their mind control, right? You're thinking of breaking out the gun collection to defend yourself, but really all they want is bourbon, and you want to give them something they're going to like. And so you pour them something that has all the flavors of bourbon. Some nice oak, obviously Old Bourbon, still in newly charred oak barrels. Got some nice vanilla sweetness, some nice caramely notes.
Caramel. Creme brulee, brown sugar.
I was about to say, I think this might actually be dark enough that you could even utter the word toffee. Or
maybe a little butterscotch.
Yes, that's a good note. It's almost dark and brooding, right?
There's a lot of depth in here on the nose. It really
in no way does this read like
for a sub $30 bourbon. There's an awful lot going on in here. Oh my gosh!
It's got a good mouthfeel.
It does.
If I have a nit to pick, the finish is not
kind of falls off.
Not.
Yep, I agree with you.
It's not overwhelming by any stretch.
I was just going to say that.
Oh, this also smells quite good. Doggone it! What have we done?
Dad burn it. Now this has more roasty toastiness going on.
Nuttiness.
Yep, more like maybe like a hazelnut or a pecan coming through.
We could Fred Minnick out and call it marzipan.
Marzipan
or something.
He does.
Actually, you know what? We love Fred Minnick.
Oh my!
I love
Fred Minnick. If you're watching, cheers. We do love you.
We do love you. Now, and of course he's watching.
Of course he loves us.
We're very loving. Boy, this is also really good.
Also really sweet.
Really good.
I think it's a darker sweetness, like more toffee, more molasses.
Molasses is a good note. I think
graham crackery.
I feel like there's like you said, a roasty, toasty note in there. There's graham cracker is a fantastic note. There's like that
shortbread,
that toasty bread note is.
Like when you're toasting a bagel and you start to smell that toasty note.
If you're into toast, which I am, I like toast. Not necessarily toasted bourbons, because I think it would be unfair to say that we're big fans of toasted bourbon.
I think we're going to have one coming up, though, on a fresh pack.
I think we're going to try.
We're going to
try. You bought one.
I did.
All right. Folks, cheers.
Oh my.
Boy, that is also phenomenal. Just dynamite.
Oh, that finish? Yeah. Yeah, that. This is both frustrating and exciting at the same time.
Well, I'm very pleased that such good bourbon rests in. See, again, Troy and I both came to bourbon through the world of Scotch.
Yeah,
I think that's fair to say.
That's fair. Yeah.
And again, there are some times I'm still in the mood for a nice little single malt Scotch. Okay, we don't do the peated on the show, but we do like occasionally our single malt Scotch. The reason I got into bourbon was and again, I'm a nerd, so I research things before I get into them. Was that people said you'll spend less money. You can get good bourbons for less money than you can get good scotches. And that's because by definition of Scotch, they have to import it, which adds some cost.
I'm not sure the spend less money is true, because if you see behind me, there's an awful lot of bottles here.
You don't have to buy that many, right?
This is true.
The average, like to get...
The cost of acquisition for a bottle of bourbon versus a bottle of Scotch.
And these are sub $30 bourbons, sub $25 bourbons.
You could buy all 8 of them
for $200.
$200.
And I don't know that you could get 4 scotches for $200. You'd have to work at it.
You'd have to try.
So, and these are both so nice for $25 board. There's a Whiskey Tube channel that we both frequent that occasionally, it's such a good idea, I wish I'd have thought of it, plays the Price is Right game.
That would be fun.
They taste the bourbon and they have to determine how much it costs. Yeah. this would just slaughter them, right? Because so good doesn't read as a $25, $30 pour. I'm talking so that I have to decide.
Oh my gosh.
Is there an earthiness on A? I got like a tea note.
A still just clubs me over with those sweet notes.
I'm not getting as much earthiness on B, but I don't know that I necessarily like it.
Comparatively, I get more oak off of B than I do A. Boy, this is just not even fair.
The earthy, not leather and tobacco, but tea notes on A are still ringing through on the palate now that it's sat on the glass for a little while, and I'm digging the heck out of it.
I think I need to give finish to B. Oh my gosh.
Boy, that punch of flavor on B, it might be better than A's. And I think A has a great punch of flavor. Just a great punch of flavor.
I think I'm going to give nose to A. I'm going to give palate and finish to B. I think that's where I'm going. Well, I expect
when we are silent, you either know A, we are really enjoying the bourbon, and there are no words. And legitimately, that means there are no words.
And for Trent and I to run out of words,
right?
Write that down.
There's always something. The Snyder males, right, including our father, including my son, there's something they will always give you, their opinion.
Yes.
And so when we're not saying anything, that's bad. The other time we're quiet is when we're struggling because we don't know what to do. Because I can't believe I have to.
I think to say that the Snyder male genes, the gift of gab, is present in heavy doses. So part of it is our professions. He talks for a living.
Right.
I talk for a living. I mean, it's what we do. Oh, Trent, this is...
I've got half a sip left, and I'm going to use it because, if nothing else, they're both delicious. Why would I not want to finish them?
Yeah, I anticipated that somewhere in this progression of these 8 bottles, there was going to be a surprise that
Do
kind
you
of snuck its
know
way
how
in there.
hard the final is going to be? It's going to be redonkulous. We got old Granddad Bonded coming back.
We got JTS Brown.
That's a great bottle.
We have Benchmark Bonded coming in, and whatever wins this will be our final 4.
All right, I'm going to go with B. I'm going to go on my left.
I've got to do it too.
I cannot. Again, if you're a channel watcher, first of all, we appreciate that.
That's right.
There's nothing I love more than a punch of flavor on the start of the palate, and that's what B delivers.
I want that bourbon to hook me right from the start.
Right.
I want it to grab me and draw me in and make me want a second sip.
Oh, so well said. I'm going to go with B.
I'm going to go with B too.
In the closest battle yet.
And we're splitting hairs here, folks, because...
Well, that's what blinds force you to do.
Correct.
They force you to split that hair, right? If we're going to pick that nit, if we're going to split that hair,
we're going to reveal A first this go around. So I don't know where this is going to go. A is Old Bardstown.
What a good bourbon.
You know what? I think when we first cracked this, we were... This is different. This is interesting. This is unique. And I think that still reigns true, but it has opened up a little bit. And more of those sweet notes are coming through. It was really funky to start. And now I think it's opened up. It's calmed down a little bit. And the balance is really good.
For the 17th time, if you are at Heaven Hill, go to Willett and take $25 with you because you should buy some Old Bardstown.
Yeah.
Now, Troy and I did not buy Willett pot still while we were there. Very divisive bourbon in the whiskey.
I think Willett, as a general rule, tends to be a little divisive.
Well, and I mean, they had it there. I've just killed this week my bottle of Johnny Drum died MGP juice that Willett bottles and does a good job with.
We need some more MGP. We need some more Johnny Drum.
It's very sad because that's a $35 bottle that's easily worth $50.
Yeah,
and I would buy some more. I killed it this week. Very, very sad. And but you need to go. And they have a nice setup there, a nice bar, And for $25, you can get Old Bardstown.
Yeah, take
It
home a
really
bottle.
is worth it. Go get some. On Fresh Crack, I was like, boy, you don't have a bourbon like this in your collection. I'm still not sure you completely have a bourbon like this in your collection. It's really an interesting pour. It came like a last-second buzzer beater from beating early times, which is all
The
that you
early
can say.
times
Is so we've got the 1, 2, and 5s, 1, 2, 3, and 5 seeds in the final four. And if you enjoy watching us struggle and club ourselves over the head,
wait till the final four, because we're just gonna
we'll
we'll have something for you, but I can't guarantee
it's gonna be bananas.
Yeah.
I mean it's
It's
gonna
just
be
gonna be
redonkulous.
tough, so.
We're contemplating doing a set of blinds that are even gonna be harder than that.
Yeah, it's
We'll see if
Well,
any of
and
this happens. But
if you're new to bourbon, if you're experienced with bourbon, wherever you are on your bourbon journey, blind stuff. Take 2 and blind them.
doesn't matter which.
Doesn't matter which 2 it
Heck,
is.
I think it's more fun when they're related. I the other day just blinded Eagle Rare versus Buffalo Trace at my house. Just poured some of each. Right?
It's just fun to do. It really challenges you to, and just a note, it's not about price. It's not about proof. It's not about marketing. It's not about FOMO. It needs to be about palate. What are you tasting?
The most important
That's
thing
the absolute
is
most
whether or
important
not you like it. That's the most important thing. whether or
As
not
we
you like
say at the end of every episode, because I think we're about done, make sure you drink what you like.
it. And like what you drink. See you
Cheers.
next time, folks.